Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another live episode of Tuesdays with Master Coach A. I am Master Coach A, obviously, and welcome to Coach A Coaching Community. If you are watching this on a replay, I'd like to welcome you. If you're watching this via a shared link, or if you are watching this in a YouTube version, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. This is Master Coach A, all the way from the Philippines, sending you greetings to any parts of the world, any parts of the globe, and whatever is the time zone right now that you are watching. Right now is July 25:12 p.m. Philippine time. So it's an afternoon, and it's every Tuesday afternoon I'm coming in here inside Coach A Coaching Community to bring you conversations over around opportunities. And today we're gonna be talking about sources of traffic or traffic sources. And why it's so important? Because if you are a coaching entrepreneur, you are a coaching practitioner, you are a service provider like me, obviously every single day, one of the biggest questions that top of mind is, where do we get our traffic, sustainable traffic, steady flow of traffic, so that there will be people looking into what we're offering, and there will be people who will be interested to buy, and of course there will be people who will give us the lifeblood of our business, and obviously that's sales or money. Now, if you are one person who knows someone who is engaged into service, who is in service, who's providing a service, an independent service provider, or maybe somebody who is employed in a company and doing services, or maybe somebody who's doing social media marketing, or maybe somebody who's thinking of starting his or her own business, this is an episode for that person. Do me a favor, share the link, tag a person inside our community or people you know. If you are one person here who is an entrepreneur, you are a service provider, you are a coach, you are a therapist, let me know in the chat box so we can give you a big shout out. Let me know in the chat box what you are doing. If you have a link, okay, to your Facebook group, Facebook page, or you have a website, you are welcome to put that in the chat box right now. Give a shout out to everyone whom you also know who is engaged in the business of providing services. If you know somebody who is into helping industry, put them in the chat box. Give a shout out. Give an let's all be in a attitude of gratitude and say thank you to everyone who's providing service. The world is roughly around 8 billion people, and roughly they said we are about 100,000 coaches doing this profession, either full-time, part-time, or you are doing this for your family, for your ministry, for your offices. But roughly, if you look at the ratio, 8 billion people plus minus because of the COVID, and 100,000, roughly around 100,000 coaches or service providers in this profession. Look, there are like one coach to 80,000 people available for us to serve. Truth of the matter, there's so much opportunity, and there is no reason for us to compete, but truly to collaborate, truly to share whatever best practices we have. So that's exactly what I'm doing here every Tuesday. Whatever I'm sharing with you, this is not something that I read from the internet. Yes, of course, I do a lot of research, but everything that I'm sharing here inside my community is out of my personal experience being a newbie in the profession. Yes, you heard me right. I considered myself a newbie. I've been in the profession for over 3 years right now. I'm celebrating my 4th year by August next month. So I consider myself young in the professions because I've not even served 5 years in the professions. And yet, I have achieved tremendous success. And that's the very reason why I want to help people like me, because it is common that many people dive into the profession coming from different expertise, coming from different experience, from different industry, and they quit too soon. And so what I wanted to do inside this community is not just we sell. This community is not for you to sell. Of course, we allowed you to promote. If you have some activities, you've seen, you are seeing our coaches promoting their activities, their services, whatever they do. But basically, this community is not just for you to get a market or to get a client. This community is specifically created for service providers and people wanting and looking for a service to be in a safe space. What does it mean? It means that before we say yes and we raise hands to a service provider, it means that we know that the service provider can serve us. On the other side, if you are a service provider, what I wanted to do here is to provide you with training, with coaching, and tribe that will support you as you grow in the profession. Oftentimes, we've seen people quit too soon. Now, I don't want you to quit. I don't want you to quit. I don't want you to quit. I want you to stay a little longer and see where what areas, okay, you need help and where we can support you. I would say that this community provides a lot of information, a lot of content, a lot of valuable tools that you can use. But just in case you are here and you're not finding what you want, you're not finding what you're needing for, drop me a message, send me a message, okay? Connect at mastercoacha.com. That is my personal email address, or just hop in and send a message to Adet Porto. That's my profile name at Facebook, and that's also my messenger account. Send me a message, but right now, right here, you can put a message in the chat box if you need help. Don't say anything about what you need, just say help. Okay, just type in there help, and I guarantee you, trust me, there are fellow tribe builders in the chat box. Tribe builders, magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Kudos to all of you, to all my MBA students. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hopping in. Please drop in the chat box. Let them know in the chat box that you are an apprentice, you are a tribe builder, you are an MBA. So whatever it is that you need, don't delay. Okay, don't even think if can somebody help you. Is my need big enough, small enough? Can somebody look into me? Will somebody even take time to look into what I need? Just drop us a comment, send us a message, let us know that you need help. In fact, inside the community, I posted earlier, I asked, why are you here in the first place? What is your purpose for being a member of Coach A Coaching Community? Because I'm thinking, if you are here, we're over 3,000 people here, close to 4,000 people here in the community, and I'm thinking, what are your reasons for being here? And if there's any way I'm not able to serve you in any way, we are serving you less, and there are things that you're looking for and you want to find, let me know in the chat box. Let us know in the chat box. Drop me a message. Trust me, I'm gonna exhaust everything I can do, every possibilities, every resources I have. I'll get somebody to help you. I'll get somebody to assist you. If not, I'll be there to support you and assist you. That's a guarantee. That's a promise. You can hold my word for that. So today, I'm going to be talking about traffic. Okay. So where do you possibly get traffics? Now, there are resources in the internet. You search Mr. Google. Definitely, Mr. Google will tell you a lot of sources. There are one site that talks about 30 ways, 50 ways, 101 ways to get traffic. But I'm going to zero in today 12, okay? And here's what I wanted you to do. With these 12 traffic sources, okay, I'm going to dive into each of that, and it's coming from my experience. And when I talk about experience, I'm not only talking about my experience as a coaching entrepreneur. For those of you who are just hopping in and you don't know, we don't have yet a community, a conversation, or we don't have yet a deeper relationship, and you don't know much of me. I've been in the corporate world for over 2 decades. I've been in marketing, I've been in distributions, I've been in retail, I've been in manufacturing, and I've been a business consultant for SMEs. So when I talk about my experience, it means that this is something that I've done for my international brands, okay, the brands that I've been able to put in autopilot, and most of these brands you can see in the supermarket, or this is something that my clients have used and they've got tremendous success. And of course, much, okay, towards the end. So wait, it's going to be 12. So on the end, you will hear what I'm using, what I'm doing. Okay. If you're thinking, Coach, I don't have money, hold it a bit. Okay, you don't need money to do what I gonna be telling you today. You don't need money to implement this. You don't need money to make it happen, because until today, at this moment in time, everything that you see in Coach A page, everything that you see in Life Coach Philippines, everything that we do is growing organically. And yes, we're not paying ads yet. Not yet. So in the previous years, I had the privilege, I have the blessing to certify, to go through certification program. I had a partnership, okay, before, and I conducted 50 certification classes that totaled to 300 students, all of which have nothing to do with paid advertisement. None. All right. And now with my co-actively co-create life coach certification program, I'm now on my third class. Okay. So I'm running my third batch today. We're not also putting up a paid advertisement, but we're generating traffic. So if you're new and you're thinking, what is traffic? So I want you to just like figure it out. So don't tell me, coach, I'm kind of newbie in the internet and I don't know what are you talking about, because you're talking traffic and people talks about internet traffic, website traffic. I don't even have a website. So how can I have a website traffic? So here's the thing. I will unpack that for you. Okay, let me unpack that to you. And traffic here is, I want you to look into very simple. It's like people in your space, in your lane, who is able to hear you, who's able to read your content, consume your content, or maybe people who's watching. They're there watching, observing what you are giving, and it's just a matter of time they will say yes to you. Or maybe it's just a matter of one more push, one more eyeball, or one more they would say another ad, okay, another boost, or whatever. But what I'd like you to see is this. I'm going to be talking about traffic in terms of people going to your space, in your space, seeing your content, hearing you. So even if you don't have a website, we can talk about traffic. Okay. So I hope I'm being clear here. So if you don't have a website right now and you're thinking, can I benefit from these conversations? Yes, you can benefit from this conversation, and you will see how, okay, you can get the right traffic. Okay, where do you get the traffic, and how can you get the traffic to your business? Okay, if you are excited, if this is something connecting with you and we are all clear, let me know in the chat box and drop in there and say ready. Okay, so let me know if you are ready to consume, okay, this content. You are ready to consume the informations that I'm about to share with you, coming from my own success, being on my fourth year here in coaching industry, in the coaching platform. Okay, yes, I do coaching, I do teaching, I do tribe building. My heart, okay, when I work with my client, is for my client to stay mentally fit, even if they are doing a lot of things. And so my platform is circled around impact by creating massive value, income by turning your passion into profit, and influence by creating your legacy, starting with your legacy right now, regardless of your age. And so in all of these things that I'm able to do, I know exactly what traffic is and how to get that free traffic to your business so you don't quit. Okay? So ready. Everyone saying they're ready. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out and thank you. If you are, by the way, if you are watching on a YouTube, normally our tribe members, okay, are really the converging in Facebook. And sometimes, in as much as we want to, have people there in YouTube, normally people, the conversation is happening here in Facebook. So let me invite you, drop Okay, drop some of your moments. Okay, drop it out from other and give us some moments here in Facebook. Okay, so and it's okay if you want to watch in YouTube, because earlier there's one person who said, you don't want us here, you don't want me here because we're not responding. I'm sorry for that. It's not that we don't want you, it's just that it just happened that people are all in Facebook. Okay, so ready? Okay, thank you so much. Let's get started. 12 12 traffic sources. Okay, number one, okay, is PR. What is PR? Press release. And yes, you can get free press, libre, walang bayad. You can get it. Of course, some people would say, um, you pay for it. Okay, you do X deal or you do favor and all. Whatever it is, you can get free press release. Okay, and there are even online sites, okay, in the internet. You just Google and say free press release, and you send them your press release. It doesn't even have to be a big thing happening in your business. Okay, by the way, if you are watching this and you're not a life coach like us, okay, maybe most of the example you will hear is circle around being a coaching entrepreneur, because I'm a coaching entrepreneur, but I also own Decaf Coffee Republic. I'm the CEO, I'm the chairman and the founder of that. And that's a physical space, okay? And these things that I'm going to be sharing with you also works even if you are not in a coaching business. So listen up, okay? Now, if you have something happening in your space, if you are doing something and you want the press to write about it, you don't even have to think how, okay? If you just want them, it doesn't even have to be a big, gigantic thing, okay? There's a lot of sites in the internet that you can find and send your press release. Yeah, you can write your press release. Now, if you want help, if you want format, how to um, dive into it, craft your own press release, just put in a message in there or connect with Master Coach A, connect with any of our tribe builders, our community managers, and we'll get some help sent to you. Okay, so we there is a format for that. Now, when do you use this? It's up to you. You want to use. Okay, my personal take. Here's my personal take. Okay, based on statistics, okay? So they said, I'm not using press, okay? So you don't see me posting a link because I was unfeatured or my press release is being seen in one magazine or one. I don't, okay? Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against it, but here's what statistics shows. Statistics shows that this bear little. All right. So if people read you in magazine, it doesn't necessarily equate that they get to you. Truth of the matter, they get intimidated and sometimes they think, oh, that person would not have a time for me and whatever. Statistic shows. But here's the thing. It could lead you and it could land you to Oprah. And that's the purpose. If you get to Oprah and Oprah gets you or communicate with you, go hop in there because that's going to bear fruits to you. That's what they said, okay? Unless it's Oprah, you're not going to get substantial thing from doing the press, the pre-press or the press release. That's what they say is statistically, okay? I've got clients who've also done press. We've done press kits and everything. Yes, it's good. We've got some magazines. We've got some newspapers. We've got, some features in there. I've been featured in magazines also. But did it convert to the business that I want? Substantially less. Okay, so that's pre-press or press release. Okay, number 2, you've got in there online marketing or ad campaigns. Okay, online ad campaigns. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. When you talk about online marketing, okay, you got here your ads. Okay, you pay for a space. I'm sure you know that everything that you see in the space with all those sponsored ads or how they craft and strategize their content coming in and all that's online marketing. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. Okay, unless your business is about $250,000 annually, it would be difficult for you, or I would say it would be very challenging for you to sustain your campaign or your ads. Okay. And if you don't, okay, if you don't get to sustain your ad, your campaign online, all right, so you will get into the ponds and you will be flushed out. Okay. So imagine your audience, okay, to begin with. Is your audience in the space where you will promote online, where you gonna pay your ads? What are the messaging? There's a lot of intricacies in there, and it takes research, it takes testing, it takes a lot of algorithm, and it takes money. So if you are starting in the business and you've got like little money to spend, trust me, what happens to your money, what happens to your ad spend, it goes to the plush pants on the end. So it's just gonna be plush. Now, think about it. How many of you here have encountered an ad for the first time, or maybe uh, you've seen an ad and you're interested, but it got you on the wrong timing. Maybe you're in the bathroom. Maybe you're in a rush, or maybe you're bored and you're just scrolling it and you get the ad. But at that moment in time, you're not ready to make a decision. So what happens to the ad is just like it sits here, somewhere here in a part of your brain, but you didn't make a decision, right? Now, later on, you see again the ads. Maybe it's been pressing in there. You've been seeing quite some time, and then you finally made the decision. Now, think about it. Unless you truly need the product, okay, unless you truly need the product, unless you're truly looking for the product, it would take you a lot of times, okay, before you finally click and buy. If you are connecting with me, let me know in the chat box, connecting. Okay, so if takes it in that case, all right, in that case, what I'm saying here is that if you are gonna be going on the online marketing ad campaign path, it would take you a lot of investment. And I don't have anything against that, but what I'm looking here is your readiness to make an investment, especially that you are new in the profession and definitely you are finding your ways, and you are also firming up your communication, your messaging, your services, and there's a lot of things happening in there. So if you are connecting, if you are in agreement, let me know in the chat box. Okay, by the way, okay, I truly encourage everyone to be very intentional, to value your time, because time is money, all right? So you are exchanging your time right now with me, and we encourage you, our tribe encourage you to be very intentional when you spend your time online, because that's money, that's investment. Now, how we do it is be intentional to get an insight. Okay, I'll call it ROI. Okay, so standard, you say it's return of investment, but for me, ROI means return of insights. I want you to get a return of insights in every conversations that we're having right now, and drop us a message, post it. Okay, hashtag pack my bag moment, hashtag Tuesdays with Master Coach A. Let us know that you get something. Now, this is not promotional. Okay, two things happen when you do. Okay, number one, you get to help other people. Maybe that hashtag pack my bag moment, your insight is what they want and needing to hear for them to move wherever they are stuck right now. And number two, you are creating your digital footprints. Okay, so of course I'll tell you the third, because the third will strengthen your the whatever you studied and all, but at least that two things matters. You get to help, because I'm sure you're here inside Coach A coaching community because you have a heart for service. You want to help other people, and by sharing your hashtag pack my bag moment, you're helping them. And number two, you creating your digital footprints, you're helping yourself. So two ways, you get to help other people and you also get to help yourself. Hashtag pack my bag moment. Let me know in the chat box. Let us know also. Post it in your timeline, in your group. Let me know. Let us know if we're able to create and give you some value. I'm now on my number 3. Okay, am I connecting? Let me know in the chat box. Give me some emoji if you're happy. If you are like that's a aha moment. Okay, for me. Okay, so on my number 3. Okay, if you have your online advertisement and you have your online marketing and on ad campaign, of course you can also do this offline. Okay, so when you do this offline, here's the thing. Okay, if you are in a service provide if you are in the service business, if you are a service provider, I'm sorry, but offline ads, okay, so will not give fruits. It's not. It's not like newspaper, okay, um, billboard. Not unless uh, not unless you probably would be with a celebrity, or it's not okay, or maybe you get a column in the newspaper, you pay for that, or anything that you want to put that below the line, above the line ads. It's not gonna work for us. But I was about to say before, okay, so before, what will work for a service is, unless you're in a plumbing business, those what you can see on the lamp post, and people would post those papers that they're offering this kind of services. Other than that, it's not gonna work. So it's not for you. Okay. So get my words on this. Okay. Offline, okay, so printed and billboards, above the line, below the line advertisement, it's gonna be costing you a lot of money, but it's not gonna give you the results that you want. Okay. So I'm not saying, okay, it will not create an eyeball. I'm not saying it will not create curiosity. I'm not saying people will not know you, but what I'm saying here is it will not give the fruit, especially if you are starting. Okay. Number 4. Okay. Learning platform. So what is learning platform? Very familiar would be Udemy, okay, or LinkedIn. There's LinkedIn have already done that. Coach Lean, you're there, okay? Can you just put it in the chat box, because LinkedIn have this version, right? That you will also be able to put in their you will be able to put a content. So, and there's a lot of that right now in the internet. Okay, there are learning platforms, okay, where you can put your content, and when you put the content, you can advertise yourself as the coach, right? Or the service provider. It's okay. Okay. The only thing here is you should be ready for your rate to be radically slashed. Okay. Because your take home, okay, the money left for you the year is gonna be little compared. So in Udemy, roughly you get around 30%, roughly, okay, plus minus, okay. Lincoln Learning, yes, okay, so roughly, okay, plus minus, okay, so don't be so technical, okay. So if you get, oh, it's not 30, it's supposed to be 31, 32, don't be so technical. All I'm saying is you get little, okay. So remember that percentages changes, okay, and get my point and get the context here. Don't be so technical, and don't be so like OZ and say, oh, she said 30, it's supposed to be 31, 35. Look, I'm saying, listen to me. Okay, what I'm saying is you get little compared to what's going to be left. Okay, yes, there's also a strategy where you can get more, but you are also exchanging the marketing side, which is the very purpose why you are in that platform. Okay, now, number 5. Okay, number 5 is you can do joint venture. Okay, so joint venture is normally, this is what you say, partnership. Okay, now what I'm teaching in terms of joint venture, for your joint venture to be on a grease mode, it means that it's truly flowing. Okay, it kind of have the algorithm of you have your upstream and you have your downstream. And how does it work? When you go on a joint venture, you're supposed to have an upstream. Upstream means there are people doing services, and after they serve their clients, they send them to you. Okay, they refer the client to you, and you start servicing the other parts of their life. So it's an upstream. And normally, if it's coming from your upstream, you are the one giving a portion of your revenue to the person. The other part of the joint venture is having it on a downstream, wherein you've got people whom you will be the one giving them clients, and this time you are the one getting a revenue share. Now it's okay because you're not spending, but the thing, so joint venture is really good. Unfortunately, many service providers would just look into a joint venture simply because that person have a lot of subscribers, or that person have a lot of a big email list, or that person have a huge follower. When you use the joint venture, what is critical to see is that, is there really a symbiotic relationships, all right, in the products and services that you are offering, and that the overall good and betterment of the person. So it means that when you go on a joint venture, you are kind into stepping into the whole algorithm of your client's journey. Okay, your client's success journey, success path. Okay, and when you understand that you're able to do that works, then that's the only time you will be able to decide who's going to be your joint venture, okay, your JB partner on the upstream, and it's going to be your JB partner on the downstream. In my case, I'm heavily working on development my low stream. It means that the people I want to give my clients to, and that's the reason why I want to train. I'm training people because I'm developing my JB partners. I want to partner with people I know. I want to partner with people who knows what I do, my values, who loves what I love, who cares for the people I care. Because look, these are my clients, and if I'm gonna be turning my clients to you, I'm gonna give them to you and refer them to you, or you to them. It's my name. So the best way but here's the thing, I can't serve all the requirements of my client. I can't do that. So the best way to take care of my clients, because my clients becomes my friends, is to make sure that after I serve an area of their lives, they're gonna be people doing and servicing them in other parts of their lives. And the best way to do that is to train, to help, and develop my JB partners on the downstream. So if you are my student, you know that you are my JB partner, right? So you know that exactly. Now, here's the next. Quite similar, okay, quite similar, but there's like a difference in kind of algorithm and implementations is what many people would be doing. Collab. Okay. How many of you here have heard that? Okay. So collab or collaboration. Okay, so collab is you've got a project, okay, and you said let's collab. Now here's the thing, when you do a collab, that's very good because you got like, a partnership, and you collaborate on one project, and your network grows, and all of these things is really good. The thing with collab is you have to be mindful if that collaborations is going to add a total impact to your business profiling and client build up. Because some of the collab is you just want to do collaborations, and you're collaborating because of the eyeball, or collaborating because of the number of people. And yes, it kind of success at a certain point in time. Woo! Okay, you get success, but if that's not really the market, the habitat, the space where you're gonna play, then that collaborations would not last, would not have a lasting impact um on your business. But yes, one of the impact would be having friends. All right. So if your goal is to have friends, then why not do it? Okay, but we're talking about here traffic for your business. So again, if you are watching and you're just like kind of hopping in at the middle of the conversation before you buckle up, or before you wall up and you say, oh, she's not talking the same, and everything, hold it. I'm talking about traffic generations sources of traffic, and if the source of traffic is not for you, then wait until the last part. Maybe you find one or two. All right. So I'm not saying all of this will work for you, because no one product, no one strategy fits all. But what I'm telling you, this 12 works. Okay. And depending on the timing, depending on the strategy, and depending on how you implement it, definitely you're gonna get a results from here. All right. On my number 7. On my number 7 is, okay, content marketing. Okay, now I'm gonna move into content marketing into 3 areas. Okay, so this is gonna be my 7, 8, and 9. So content marketing written, which is number 7, content marketing audio, which is number 8, and content marketing number 9 is gonna be video. So I'm gonna unpack the 3 of them, because this is like have a different angles to look into. Now, content marketing written, okay, writing, okay, for me this is my favorite. Okay, this is my favorite because this goes a long way. So content marketing would be blogs, okay, blogging, okay, sharing articles, creating articles, being a guest publicist, or anything written. Okay, some of you would have infographics, okay, your content in Facebook, okay, your posting in Facebook. These are all content marketing. Or there is an opportunity for you to comment, okay, to share your thoughts, to share your opinion. These are all content marketing. And I'll tell you why this is very important, because these have like a long lasting effect. Okay, this is like super, okay. Imagine if you publish, people would say, publish a book, you become an authority. Yes, you become an authority of what? Okay, I'm sorry, okay, I'm sorry, I'm talking about people who starting. You can publish your book. I've seen people who published the book, but they didn't get a client. Okay, but if you write like real content, and it's aligned with what you are saying, with your messaging, with the clients who you wants to help and can help, okay, definitely at certain time people will start hearing and reading your content. Now, there's Kiora, okay, so that's a favorite. That's a favorite. There's Read It, okay. There's a lot of platform in the internet. There's Medium, by the way. So there's a lot of platform in the internet where you can write valuable content, and it's there to last a lifetime until there's an internet, and you can repurpose it over and over again. The only thing with content marketing, okay, whatever format it is, be it audio, video, or written, is it will take time. It takes time. It's an investment. You don't write today and tomorrow somebody's gonna be, oh, I wanna hire you. That's not gonna happen, okay? That's just a blop. Okay, it's a blop. Yes, you can boost. Yes, you can write. And people, you can soar high your membership of your group to, 1,000, 5,000, a million. But that's not a guarantee that somebody will call you, okay, and you'll nail it. It's not a guarantee, okay? It's not a guarantee, trust me. And many of you, if you're watching, if you're listening, the very reason you throw the towel and you say, I give up, I don't want it, is because you get an easy pack in there and say it's a guarantee overnight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, done, done, da, 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 you get a client. Here's the thing, it's not gonna work that way, because whatever you put in content marketing, it's your voice, it's you. Yes, you can do PLR. Yes, you can do done for you. Yes, you can get some content and then put it and publish it there. You can do a hack and a turnaround on that. But the thing there is, if it's not your voice and it's not you, your client will know it, and it might give you a little business here and there, but it's not going to be very sustainable to you. Now, I want you to take a look at content marketing as very viable source of traffic for your business. And I want you to be very mindful how you plan in. And if you need help on the content, okay, how you can get started with your content. In fact, I did, and I'm talking about not just in Facebook, I'm talking about how you plan your content in different platform. Just message us, let us know. We'll give you help, okay? How you schedule. It has nothing. Yes, scheduling is part of it. Editorial calendar is part of it. But there's more to creating content. that would allow you to make your business seated on a gold mine and allow you to leverage in whatever you're doing, not just today, but in the years to come. Number two is audio. Okay, so audio cast, podcast, and many would say it's supposed to be the video first. Okay, so there's no ranking here, but podcast has been here for the longest time, even before you get into your video. Podcast has been here and kind of late in picking up. Okay, now the thing here, when you go on podcast, you have to be very mindful who do you talk with. Okay, because they don't get to see you, and the way your voice registers to them might give them a different impressions of who you truly is. Another thing is, think about the specializations that you're going to be having, because some of the specialization you want your clients to stay put and see you and listen to you. So there are topics and there are contents that when you put in the podcast, okay, they would listen to you, yes, okay, but it will not convert to the clients that you want, simply because that is not the right medium or the right way to communicate your message. I'm not saying it's not good. All right, remember, these 12 are all great. These are all great opportunity, and this will all land, okay? Pack it all together. This will all make you, okay, a very successful, thriving, credible, okay, and with authority service provider. Pack it all together. Now, the thing with audio is they can listen, and they would say they don't have to stop. And that's also the thing with it. That's also the same disadvantage, because remember, you are just one of the things that's happening to them. Okay. Well, I would appreciate it if they're listening to you while driving, or maybe while traveling, while on the plane, if they're now on the plane. But what if you are in the background and there's a lot of many things happening in their lives, and their ears, or they're just accustomed that you're there and they're listening to you. Okay, so there's a lot of algorithms in here, and that you need to consider if you're going to be using the audio as content. But here's the thing. If you are in audio right now, what I would do, okay, I would recommend is that get that link of your audio and publish it with a caption, okay? You can repurpose it with your content, okay? Like, for example, 3 points from your content, okay? Put it in there, write it, repurpose it, and definitely when the people start reading your content, what you have posted, then the probability that they would be attentive when they listen to the podcast or your audiocast is going to be higher. Make sense? Okay, so on my ninth, okay, so if you're following, I'm now on my ninth. Okay, so my ninth was going to be content marketing, or content via audio, video. So here's going to be your YouTube, your TikTok, your FB Live, okay, and they're going to be your webinar. And there's whole lot of value, okay? So there's so much content, okay? But one thing I'd like you to be very mindful is that each and every content, okay, you can do it also in LinkedIn, okay? I know in each and every platform, you have to be mindful of the rules and the purpose why you're there. So if you want to get the traffic, so for example, okay, they say that if you want, they say, because we're just starting in TikTok, but my masterclass, my guru, she ranked 12 in TikTok. Maybe she's higher right now. It's 1 minute. Okay, if you get a content of 1 minute, 60 to 90 seconds, that's the best. But it still got to do with the message. What is your message? And if your message is connecting with the right audience, it's still connecting with your content. That's why it's content marketing, by the way. Another thing is, if you get to, for example, in YouTube, it's just like 5 minute. Okay, so if you want, okay, you can repurpose, okay, a portion of your main content in different platforms, being mindful of what the platform is telling you. Because if you are in a space where people are expecting to get 1 minute content, 1 minute content, and you're giving them 3 minute because that's the maximum, then you're losing that. If you are in like for example in our case, we allow our content to be in YouTube, but we're not YouTube material because in YouTube it's supposed to be short. But why do we put this in YouTube? Is because we want you to have an HD, right? An HD version. But we're really here in Facebook because here we have a conversation. You watch this, you gotta put in a comment and all, and this is where all the fun is happening. Okay. On my number 10, okay, is speaking gigs or gigs. Okay, how many of you have heard of this gigs? Gigs would be pre-pandemic. It's gonna be like there's a lot of activities. There's a lot of uh event. Okay, it's a gig where you speak. Okay, and you speak about your content. You speak about your specialization. You speak about what you do, and all of this. Here's the thing. Speaking gigs is super duper effective, long lasting. You can pitch. Okay, you can pitch, long lasting. You've got like the stage, and right now you can do that online. All right, because there's like online gigs. Okay, you can do that online gigs. You can do online summit. Okay, you can do boot camps like what we're doing. That's a gig. You can be part of another events there. It's a gig. It's super duper important and of value. But here's what I'm gonna tell you. Be mindful and focus of what are the topics that you want to talk. So in public speaking class, okay, I teach my student, okay, I teach my students to be defining what are the topics they want to talk for a season, what are the questions they want to answer. And we have this strategy on how to pipeline the content or the pipeline the subject, the topics that we want to talk, and so that the public speaking connects and give us the leverage as a coach. Okay, so in truth, you are able to use your public speaking gig as a support to what you do as a professional. For example, a coach, a therapist, a counselor. Okay, so that's number 10. Number 11 is the SEO. I'm not sure if you've heard of SEO, search engine optimization. So this is basically free. But what you do is the ranking of your website or your presence in the internet is just like higher, higher, higher. Okay. And how it would happen is because you are creating a lot of content, not only for your own space, but also for other people's spaces. Okay. There's a lot of algorithm, okay, that you can do for SEO. I cannot discuss in full here, but if you're interested, we can talk about it. But there are experts SEO, not me, all right? So, but I know how to do it. I know the concept, and it's working for us, by the way, because Google can, like, Google loves us, okay? Facebook loves us, so I understand how to do it, okay? So, and it's free, okay? We're not paying for any SEO person, okay? Don't offer, by the way. I know how to do it, so I don't need service for that. Not now, okay? Maybe a year from now, come back and talk to me, but not now, okay? So, SEO is something that you can start building up, but again, it will be anchored on your content, okay? And finally, on my 12, okay, is you guessed, you're here. Coaching community, it's community building. And Facebook, okay, Facebook is putting a lot of investment developing different community. Because if you have a community, that's an easy way for you to talk about your services, to talk about what you offer, to talk about what you can give to your people, to talk about what you have achieved, to talk about even if you want to test bed. Community works best. And it's free, by the way. It's free. So it's easy, right? Now, all of these things, if you're thinking, what would I do? What would I take on in the first place? Well, I'm going to give you my 13th, and that's the bonus. Okay, that's the bonus, the 13th. Wait, there's more. It's tribe building. Tribe building puts together all the best of the 12 that I mentioned to you. In tribe building, you got a community. In tribe building, you got your media. In tribe building, you got a steady client who follows you, supports you. In tribe building, you get content. In tribe building, you have your own learning. Like everything of this is gonna be packed if you learn the concept of tribe building. And that's what I do best. And if you're ready to know, just get a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Strategy call is free. I can get you up and running in no time. So good day, everyone. This is Master Coach A. I'll see you again next Tuesday for Tuesdays with Master Coach A. Bye-bye. Love and boom.